Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and hopefully I'll be able to get through this because people are being extra today. I don't understand why. I guess because it's hot outside and I'm just like, I'm trying to concentrate. Y'all are really messing me up. Anyway, this is the review for Ladies Night, which of course is Salt-N-Pepa and SWV trying to get to where they're trying to go, which is eventually a tour, hopefully, at the end of all this. Y'all, so with this episode, it started off with Taj being in her room, minding her business, and Lily popped up. She popped up and was being her normal self, being really, really silly, and then it got to the point where she was like, she basically was talking about she wanted this little bra or something that Taj had. And Taj was like, look, you can have it, because she really had sat him on top of her clothes and just had him like this. It was like, girl, you doing the most. But anyway, they eventually started talking about Taj's husband, Eddie, who will be visiting that week for his birthday. For that day, he's going to fly in. And so Lily was like, oh, well, what you going to get him? And so she was like, shoot, nothing. Basically, she said she going to wrap her booty up, and that's what his gift is going to be, because he's not picky. He's one of those people who, of course, the life that he's had while he was a baller. I say baller meaning somebody who's played football, baseball, all this other stuff. He played football. He played football. He was a football player. He's retired now. But, they seem to do well with their money. And Taj still does appearances and, all that stuff with her group from time to time. So money still comes in, and apparently they do well with their money. So she was just like, look, he don't ask for much, and, I'm just going, I'm in Sin City, and I'm just going to do some nasty things with my husband. So I was like, oh, okay, girl, you do what you do then. I don't blame you. So later on, Taj met up with Spinderella, and y'all know Spinderella is the DJ for Salt-N-Pepa. So apparently they have been friends for quite some time, and they relate to one another because, they kind of are the ones who get in between their group mates when things pop off, and they try to be the voice of reason and all that good stuff. So, they're having drinks, and, they're just talking about how they love, how they kind of are how they are, but it's still hard being in that position. So I was like, well, that's good, because Spinderella was saying that she never really paid attention at first because she came into this so young. Apparently she was like 15 years old when she became a part of the group, and the group was already established. So, Salt-N-Pepa are best friends, and she was just like, I didn't know that they had this clique thing going on until like a little while into it. And, she wants to be able to have her shine too, and she already understands that nothing is guaranteed, really, because they've had moments where they broke up the group and they weren't together for a while, so she had to figure out what she was going to do in the meantime for years. Like, they hadn't been together for years. And of course, the same thing happened with SWV. So Taj was, I understand. We weren't together for 8-9 years, and then we finally got back together. So I fully understand what you're saying. So, they're having their bonding moment. So later on, Salt-N-Pepa, they are meeting with who I think is their manager, and they're discussing how they want dancers, male dancers, and of course they love that process of picking the guys. They also discuss that they feel like they need to downgrade the tour to spot dates, and spot dates are when they bring whoever the other act is in, and they perform a couple of songs, and they kind of see how they're gonna mesh with them. And this is actually all in an effort to see if Coco is actually going to show up, because Coco hasn't been there for the first 2 meetings. Basically hasn't been there for any meetings, because they've had 2 meetings thus far, and she hadn't been there. So yeah, they're just like, look, I don't think we should commit ourselves to something if we don't even know if Coco is going to commit herself to a tour. So kind of to be on the safe side, we are the group that is, more, world renowned, and they've been in the game longer. So they kind of feel like they should be able to do it this way. And I don't know how it's gonna go, y'all. Y'all, Coco actually showed up for once in her life to one of their little meetings, and this is when they have been briefed about the spot dates. And so instead of her speaking up like she was trying to make it seem like she was gonna be big and bad and do, she just sat there just looking like, I ain't here for it, but I mean, I guess. So it's like, you know, she's trying to make it seem like, look, this is something that I need. I need to stay busy, but I don't want to let my teammates, bandmates, group mates down. And it's just a lot that's going on. Of course, she's dealing with her divorce, and she was just like, look, y'all, I got a lot going on. Y'all know I'm going through this divorce, but I don't want to sit up here and, you know, make it seem like I'm not into this. I don't want this when I do. She was just like, look, when this is all said and done with my divorce is finalized. Y'all will see that I really can be here. I really can be present, and you'll see. So yeah, y'all. So Lily is very much so concerned, as she should be, as to whether or not Coco is going to be able to show up. And that's taking money out of her pocket. She's upset. She's looking like, look, man, she messing with my money. And even Taj feels the same way. And it's like, I didn't leave my family to commit to a tour that might not even be happening now. And it's all because of you, Coco. Like, I understand you have all these issues going on in your life, but you're going to have to find some kind of a balance so we can make this money. So, you know, people are in their feelings, and I get why. But I don't know if she's going to be able to pull it out in the end, y'all. Of course, after the meeting was over, sometime that same day, I'm guessing, they had a little meeting of their own, meaning SWV. And they were trying to figure out, you know, where Coco's head was at as far as how the meeting went. And she was just like, she was confused, and everybody else was like, yeah, I'm confused too, because we're supposed to be doing a tour, but it seems like it's everything but. And, you know, we have been established, we're out there. And so she was like, you know, in her little confessional, she was basically saying that she understands, but at the same time, given the fact that they have reduced everything to spot dates, she is even more willing to show Salt-N-Pepa that she really is in it to win it all. So, you know, she said she's going to do the little spot dates, and she's going to show them that, you know, they do need to be on this tour. So we're going to see how that works. Salt-N-Pepa then, like the next day or sometime not too long after that, met up with their manager, Jimmy, and they were discussing the choreography. And anybody who is a fan of either one of these, especially if you're a fan of SWV, you know good and well they don't dance, they don't do any choreography really. So, you know, Salt-N-Pepa is actually known for their high energy and their choreography. So they're talking with him, and they're like, look, you know that this is what we're about. And they want to ensure that they will be able to see how they can incorporate SWV into that as well, so that the show can be exactly the way that fans are expecting it to be, even though other people who aren't Salt-N-Pepa are going to be a part of it. So, you know, they're kind of worried about how that's going to be, but, you know, later on, they will be meeting up with their choreographer to see how that's going to go. Y'all, Spinderella decided to meet up with Jimmy, who is, again, Salt-N-Pepa's manager. Even though she is supposed to be a part of them, it's clear that he is not here for her in that regard. So she figured that, you know, I am my own entity, and she had to basically fend for herself when everything went awry before, when they separated. And there have been times where Spinderella was booted from the group as well. So, I mean, she came to him trying to see where he, you know, would be able to fit in, and helping her to do the same things that he does for them, because he sets up stuff all the time for them. So instead of her doing what I feel like I myself would have done, I would have been like, look, first of all, you know, are you able to set up gigs and little stuff like that for me? Meaning just only me by myself. I'm the one being booked. I'm the one being paid. You know what I'm saying? Nothing dealing with them. It's completely outside the group. This is something I'm doing whenever they are not performing, and I have my obligation to them during that time and that time only. So outside of that, I'm getting extra money on the side. Are you able to help me do that? She didn't do that, y'all. She just literally sat up here and told this man that she wants to see if he can find out if she can get a residency out there, which I was confused. I ain't never heard of a DJ being able to do that. I figured that they go and find people that will book them for parties and whatever, all kinds of random events. And I never felt like they would have a residency, but I could be wrong. So I don't know. But he basically started speaking as if he could do these things, but kept talking about Salt-N-Pepa. Like, oh yeah, I can have them host and you'll be there. And I'm just like, that's not what she was saying. And I felt like she should have just led with, could you do this? And it's something that's only about me. It has nothing to do with them, and it's completely separate. But she didn't. But she was like, look, you know, I want to have these things completely separated and whatever. He kind of still tried to make it seem like, oh yeah, I can do that. But like I said, I feel like everything is going to be continuously Salt-N-Pepa and not her being included, or at least by herself. So I think she need to hang that up, especially given what's been going on lately where they fired her again. Anyway, moving on, Taj went to this exotic store so that she could obtain some sexy stuff for her man when he visits for his birthday. And, you know, she was like, I really want to see if I can find something for him. I am going to dress the part. I'm in Sin City. I want to do these things. So she found some stuff, and she's trying random, like, stripper heels on and all that good stuff. So we gonna see how that work out. I don't know. I guess they gonna, well, in the past they've shown us where they were leading to some sexy time, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me, but I'm just saying she's trying to make sure she can seal the deal with her husband. So she's already having her foot in the right direction anyway, because she's in a sex shop. Even though they were there to shop for Eddie, Lily brought up some concerns about Coco, and she said that she feels like Coco sees them, their group, you know, SWV, as this enormous act who is actually bigger than Salt-N-Pepa and all that. And she was just like, I don't understand why she doesn't see the bigger picture. And I'm just like, Lord, I don't know how this is gonna go, y'all, because as I've mentioned to y'all in the first review that I did for this, Coco just has a reputation of not showing up. Like, she'll be like, oh, I don't want to, I'm not coming. And it wasn't the fact that she had a divorce she was going through. She literally just be like, I ain't feeling this, I ain't coming by. And I'm just like, you can't do that when it comes to everything in life. But she does that a lot, or she has had a reputation of doing that. So anyway, eventually they are meeting up with Salt-N-Pepa, and they are then told that they will be doing some choreography and working with her, and it's not working out too well. They are not learning these steps. In all honesty, I could learn those steps. Like, I'm looking at the routine, and like about 10 minutes, I would have it down pat. And they have been working on it, and they have been forgetting it, or they haven't been getting it right from the jump. And I'm just like, Lord, this is not going to work. I don't see it working, especially the way that Salt-N-Pepa wanted to work out as far as that choreography is concerned. Hey y'all, so I mean, I stand corrected. Apparently you can get a DJ residency. So the manager went downstairs and to one of like the clubs or something in this big hotel that they're staying in, and talked with the manager, and they were able to secure a DJ residency for Spinderella where she could do like once a week type of situations. And they said even if she wanted to do 2 times a week, she could. You know, that's on the table as well. So she has it. And then, you know, as quickly as she was excited about it, she kind of was, you know, kind of her energy kind of dwindled down, because she was like, you know, I have an issue with Salt-N-Pepa. I want them to actually support what I'm doing, and I don't want there to be any issues, because I can prove that I can do both. And I just want it to be I'm supporting you, you're supporting me type of situation. So we're going to see how that goes, because I don't know. So Taj's husband has touched down, and they are out and about and eating dinner. It is his birthday, and she is so bogged down with everything that has been going on that she can't even focus on celebrating her husband. She starts to tell him about what's going on, and they are a little bit over a week out for when they're going to start, you know, trying to get everything together to do the first performance. And she explains to him how Coco is just all over the place and nothing's going right. And she was just like, and, you know, of course, she has a child too. Their son, he does like, I think football or something. He has some kind of practice. I think it is football, just like his daddy did football. And she said that she feels so bad because she hasn't been able to go to any of his games. And the one that she did attend, she had to leave early. And he's about to play his last game of the season. And she's probably not going to be able to make it to that. So she's in her feelings about it. And she did the little confessional, you know, camera scene where she was saying, you know, she misses him and she hates that she misses these special moments in his life, because when he's had a hard day and a bad day surrounding whether it was dealing with anything as far as sports or school or just life in general, she's not there to comfort him, wipe his tears away, and to hug him. So she's in her feelings about it. And so her husband did as husbands should do and encouraged her and told her that he loves her beyond measure and all the other good stuff. And so she needed to hear that. And she was like, you better say that. So, you know, that seemed to have made her feel better. Spinderella met up with Salt-N-Pepa and told them about her potential residency and wanted to know what they thought about it. And they seemed very uneasy. And of course, they brought up valid concerns, wondering if she would be able to balance everything, meaning the regular show that she initially signed up for, which was Salt-N-Pepa doing their residency, the tour that possibly will happen with them and SWV, the actual rehearsals, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's a whole lot that you have to show up for. You really have to be present. And so they're really concerned and want to know if she's going to be able to do all of that. And so she was like, look, you know, I will be able to do all that. I have to take advantage of this because we are in the land of opportunity here, this entertainment area in Vegas. You know, this is all about entertainment. I have to take a chance on this. I have to go forward with this because this is the right time. This is the place. So, you know, eventually they made it seem like they were on board with it. If she really could handle all of it, then yeah, they'll support her. And every now and again, they'll show up because they would only support her. So I'm like, okay, we'll see how that go. Y'all, they are trying to do rehearsals all together. And of course, Coco does not show up. And eventually the question comes up, you know, where's Coco? And Taj is flustered, and she was like, yeah. Salt was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna take it as, you know, she ain't here. And, you know, it just keeps continuing to make them look bad, and like it does not need to happen. So they start practicing, and then Spinderella and Peppa get into a disagreement about a move that they're trying to do, and I'm just like, oh, it's just so dumb. And it's just a lot, y'all. Then anyway, their manager eventually comes in, and they were like, oh, okay, yeah, we're in the middle of rehearsal. And then he sat down, but then he stood back up and was like, where is Coco? Tried to explain to him, and he was just like, look, this ain't gonna work. This is disrupting how we do things over here. So nobody knows how this is really gonna go, y'all. I can't. Well, y'all, a miracle happened, and Coco actually showed up. But, of course, she showed up, and practice was over. Her group mates were excited, but, you know, that was kind of short-lived when Salt-N-Pepa was kind of side-eyeing and shading her the whole time. So, yeah, like I said, she did show up, but, you know, she didn't practice, you know, at least not that time. And they were at the table already trying to discuss some other things. Tell me why. Of course, she got there right on time because Spinderella raised her hand and was like, I have a concern about the song Weak because it kind of messes up the flow of her DJ set because it's not an up-tempo song. And so Coco immediately was like, look, I don't care what you talking about. I'm never stepping on stage and not gonna sing weak, because that's like their biggest, if not, they're one of their biggest, if not their biggest hit ever. And even Lily was like, if you were to do a poll with the crowd and ask them what song would everybody really want to hear from them, and everybody would say weak. So it kept going back and forth on that, and they were just saying, the manager had the nerve to say, well, this is something we're going to have to discuss. It's really major. And so Coco just kept saying, there's nothing to discuss. I'm never not going to get up there and sing weak. I think I said that right. She basically was saying she would never get on a stage and not sing weak. So, yeah, this is going to be crazy, y'all. It's getting crazier and crazier every episode. The next episode, they're going to be auditioning guys to dance, and more drama will follow. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoy this review. Feel free to give this a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. So anyway, have a good evening. Bye.